right. As y'all can see, the world is ending on us. Every year, they allow us to see where we're going. They cut the air down. You hot? You probably need to take off some belly. They cut the air up just a little bit slow. Just a little chilly on them. They'll get it right. Y'all all right? I don't know how that man sitting there with a fan and he cold. I mean hot. You hot too? Menopause. Who else we got? I can diagnose everybody. That's all that pork. That man, his blood pressure high. Ain't that right? You might not been putting on kids. I just get to have the fun. That's all I like. I like my wife. That menopause good. I just want to have fun. Ain't that right? I ain't trying to get no more children. Ain't that right? Oh, y'all don't want the truth, huh? Am I playing like that too? That's why I hear that. Okay. I wouldn't let them sound the cartos around. Trying to. Ooh, rough, ain't it rough, ain't it? Everybody all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're trying to make sure we make provision. That's why we're here. Make sure when the soon coming Malak come back in, we be ready to go with him. Ain't that right? Mac, why you ain't wear one of them outfits you wore there trying to get one of them Mexican girls? Why you ain't wear that? I said, why you ain't wear that outfit you wore there trying to pick up one of them Mexican women? That's what I'm talking about. Like I said, he around there looking, walk around with a taco, so all I need is something. Walk around the empty shells, all I need is a little Mexican girl to go in between them. Ain't that right? You got to use whatever line work these days.
All right.
Ain't that right? Well, it's rough out here. So what's going on with y'all today? Y'all all right?
Yes.
Good. I don't know. Y'all look kind of. I don't know. I know one thing, though. We definitely got to make sure we get it right. I'm telling you, I don't know if y'all watch the news, but they ain't getting no better. Every day you look at the news, it's only getting worse out here.
Right.
It's been a time for our people to look at getting it right. That's our people global, the world. All of us connect each other, regardless of color. Get the color scheme out of the way. It's unfortunate the color come in and make the divide. Language barriers, all these things we use is just bring in the racism divide among everybody part of the human race, no matter about the color. It's just unfortunate we've been pushed to that, that fight. The plight now is against the age. Everybody trying to outcompete each other. Everybody trying to be the best. It's impossible for everybody to be the best. Just do what you do. You know what I'm saying? You do what you do. I mean, the work there, it's just done. It don't make no difference by trying to cheat, lie, everything they can to try to manipulate other, cause wars and steal from each other. I'd rather win some honest.
That's right.
I mean, think about it. You only won because you cheat. I remember watching wrestling years ago. I remember they let a guy win or something. He'll pull somebody's pants and hit the guy, knock him out. And then the ref turn don't see it, and he jump up. But everybody seen you cheat.
Right.
You was a kid. You're but everybody seen you cheat. You didn't really win. And he jump around I'm defending this belt. And you didn't defend no belt. You just cheated. And everybody seen you. I guess that's why the world in the condition is saying now. Look at the two competitors. The two top competitors both cheats. Trump and Dump. Biden. I mean, it hurts you, the fact that nobody feels a need to just be honest.
Right.
Just do something right. You know what I'm saying? Just why? Why you just gotta do something wrong? Why you just gotta do? It just irritating. And the victims are who? Us.
Yeah.
We the victims. All these people bad, piss poor decision. We the victims. And for me, I just wanted to win the citizens. Every race sat down and realized all of us been duped.
Yeah.
The white race been duped, we've been duped, the Asian nation, Indian nation, all these world leaders, everybody looking like they the one for calm, for peace, reconstruction. None of these leaders are about the people.
Sure.
It's not hard. If you're about the people, it's not hard. Make it about the people then. Fix the city. You know what's going on. They got their part. They'll show you their wealth. But what about the people that's impoverished? What about the people that's starving? Well, I mean, they saying they people just get. I mean, it just hurts you. Old people don't stand a chance. I know when I get old, I'm start robbing. I ain't gonna be able to go fast. I'm out to. I ain't gonna give me nothing. I'm hoping some police gonna look and say, "Man, you old. You man, go on home." I ain't gonna go home and go back to robbing. He be like, "Man, didn't I tell you to go home?" Be like, "That was you." Send somebody else next time. I mean, listen, in the book, I mean, it's bad. I'm telling y'all something. Y'all young people now, the ones y'all here still out here, y'all don't realize, shoot, but it's gonna be rough on y'all. Go ahead and let you make a fool out of y'all. Man, nobody gonna do nothing for you out here. Go on, listen, I don't know how these people doing. Nobody cares about you. It's too much. That nursing home stuff don't work. Nobody cares. Nobody getting you out no nursing home. None of that homeless stuff don't work. Man, nobody stop getting on home to put them in their car and drive them home and clean them up. That stuff is a movie. Trading Places is a movie. They think somebody gonna pick them up, clean them up, and let them run a company, $1 billion corporation. No, listen. If you out there, that's your problem, your fault. Everything is your fault. Even though you could be a victim of circumstance, you could have early dementia, anything. You have health issues that don't allow you to be able to work, perform, and you wind up. You think about it. People that were homeless used to live in a home. That's why they call homeless. They used to be home full. Right? They were home full. They home. Think about it. You transition to. I live in a home, a house, or something with someone else or myself. I have my own till I'm on the street. I don't have a vehicle. I push a buggy. Everything I have is in this buggy or on my back. Think of where your mental has to be. And I say that because I think a lot of times, I started sending you and Palau out companies. I know some of y'all don't listen. Don't worry about it. I don't look for all of y'all to do what y'all supposed to do. Just being honest. It depends on where you at in life. You live long enough, you start to take stuff a whole lot more serious. And I take everything that man do me a whole lot more serious. Because I'm waking up in the bed in the morning. I don't know where I wake up. When this thing end tomorrow, yes, y'all can hear me? The chain? Throw the microwave? That's what I thought I heard. But y'all want these flip-flop bunny. They don't have no name on them. That's what they comfortable. I got Adidas clock. Them Adidas hurt so bad. I said, man, them things hurt so bad. Man, you start them things. Anybody got them things had them things had your foot like on. I said, I don't know how people walk on them. Them things stick to the bottom of your foot so bad. You're like, ooh, these things hurt. Who came up with this stupid stuff? It's kind of like them, what them Reeboks they had? Which one they had? Had that little zigzag. Man, that thing had your life going so crooked. Them ain't good. It was a good look. Everybody had them too, then. Them little foot shoes with 2 toes fit in one hole. All that stuff are fat. You see, folks, you said I'm kind of, oh yeah. I'm like, one of your toes missing. I said, no, I got 2 of them in one hole. I said, it's kind of gay what you're doing with your toes, ain't it? But if you good with it now, I like to spray them out a little bit. I don't like my toes all like this here. You know what I'm saying? Nah, like they don't suck the lemon. You know what I'm saying? You don't try to keep even your body part from being too sexual with each other. It's just bad, man. Society's just in a bad place. And I say that to say, listen, if y'all not grateful for what you got the way you at, you need to consider. Because I tell you what, man, that man got a place he'll put you in, man, you can't get out of. This man got some people he can harden the hearts of people around you. But man, you can't get no peace. You can't get no solace. You can't get no help. I'm telling y'all, he talking about, well, I think Roy, he keep over a ring. They was put on about that somebody got killed up in the gas station. Yeah, I try to look at my ring too much. I don't want to see my neighbor. But anyway, one of my neighbors down the street walk around there, draws an army hat and some boots. I don't be want to see Hayward. I mean, I want to see my neighbor. So I try to, you know what I'm saying? I just start. When that ring, it says, sir, I don't even look. I don't know what the day is for Hayward. You know what I'm saying? My neighbor. I don't want to call the neighbor name. Y'all don't know him. But yeah, my neighbor, man, you see out there cutting the grass, man, with a G-string on and some army boots, got an army helmet, and yelling, sweating. I just ripped the wires out of that one. I don't even want to see that camera. It's defiled. I don't even want to see it no more. But let that stay between me and my neighbor. Y'all do that. Yes, sir. But anyway, back we were talking about, y'all need to be grateful. Boy, you don't know what that man let you say. Look at that young man, went to a gas station, lost his life, somebody carjacked. I done rolled by that gas station. I've been in that gas station one time before. Really nice gas station, nice little area right there too. Never would have expected that. But see, people be thinking, oh, it's the rough area. These people kill you, and I ain't know what to say. Right. It used to be a time where certain areas were better. Right. Listen, crime, people hurting. Yeah. If you hurting, you ain't the only person. Everybody hurting. Right. And when people hurting, people make irrational decisions. And it'll cost you everything you need to consider. Let me tell you something. Before you start that mumbling and grumbling, you need to really sit down and think about where you at and what you got. Sure. Because I'm telling you, I know some of y'all, well, I ain't got nothing. That's why he said, I ain't got, listen, I guarantee you can have less than what you got. Right. You ain't seen nothing, you got double nothing. Right. Double nothing, really. You got double nothing. If you got something that bad, you get something, you still be broke. Isn't that right? You still down. Listen, man, that man will put you in a situation, man, where you can't get out. And the fact that he favor you, you know, you might not consider, man, this salvation thing. Ever since we, you know, kind of stoned across talking about that favor, I really reconsider some things. And then I want to, there's some people I want them folks to burn in hell and him not repent. I moved from that. I don't subscribe to that. For nobody, I don't subscribe to that. And I'm good. Because once you really, let me tell you something. Yeah, I had to get close and talk. Get closer. You really have to think back over your time. And it's maturing. It's me changing too. Maturing. A lot of times you do stuff, and you've done stuff, and you know, at the time, it seemed feasible. But as you mature and you really learn and you consider, you should change. Yeah. And I've changed from some of the way I've looked at things and some of the things I subscribe to. I'm not interested in nobody burning. That's his decision. I'm just concerned on making sure I don't burn and who he set me over. That's what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about him. I want to see him give somebody else con that I receive. It ain't no good if I'm the only one got it. I want other people to appreciate him for who he is, because it make me appreciate him more for who he is, for the fact that he'll let you keep going and don't cut you off. Yep. And sometimes, you know, you'll look at other people when you hurt or upset or angry because somebody done something to you. You know what, to come back and settle. Have you ever done anything to anybody? Right. What if he answered their palaw? Right. What if somebody got something in on you that you burn and you don't repent and you hear them? I don't subscribe to it no more. I just rather just do the work, let everything prove itself out. Right. I just rather do the work, let everything prove itself. Because whatever ain't right, he gonna get it. Yes, sir. And everybody ain't in the same place at the same time. I told you about years ago. I remember when one guy knew in particular when he came out from the street with us drinking and all, and you know, you to mess with him and put that beer in front. So you don't want to get a beer, you know, mess with him. I never bought him one. I just sat back and watched. I just looked over his time. He tried to get me to come. I went. I listened, but I couldn't hear a word. I couldn't remember one thing came out of that man's mouth. It one time, so I couldn't hear it. But think if they'd have counted me out then. What that man, you know, he'd have had just say, you know what? You doomed to burn forever. You ain't gonna be saved. Sometimes it's just time. You know, it take enough situation, it take enough thing to have in your life to spark you to realize how serious and how severe this man can be to you. And when you consider where you at versus where you should be for people who've done less than you, you know, that's the thing about, he'll let you know people who've done less than you, who've gotten a whole lot more punishment than you got. And it humbles me. It humbles me to be him. And I don't want to forget that. I'm not here because of my Sadiq. I'm here because the man had favor on me. You know, he pitied me enough to give me an opportunity. And I guess he realized at a point that that man just see himself for who he was and what he done and where he shouldn't be. This man will know how to serve me. But if I'd have seen me another way, I'd play around with it a little bit. Y'all give me a couple of dice and see how they roll. You know what I'm saying? But no, I can't get. I did enough. I done seen how it roll. I done enough, and I done enough to where, you know, I need to. I appreciate him more. you know, for what he has done, and even for just moving me to that mindset. Because sometimes, you know, and religion is dangerous, because religion can send you and kind of invoke you off on a rage, or invoke you off on a way to where, you know, it's like, wow, you can miss the purpose of why you're doing what you're doing. You can be living right, but you can get off in your mindset to where you really become ineffective. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I don't want to do. I want to be effective in what I do, and I want people to look. I want people to consider for themselves. You know, weigh where you're at, and then consider what he's doing. Consider the opportunity. That's what this gives us an opportunity when we look at it. We get an opportunity to look at people that gone before. We'll call them forerunners. And these people have gone the path before, and they set, you know, different milestones, whether failure or completion. And you got opportunity to choose which lane you're going to stay in. You follow the person that start out running good, and they just flopped. You follow the person that flopped and got it together and kept going. You know what I'm saying? You follow some people who never even attempted. You know, it just wasn't for them. But the end becomes the same. You know what I'm saying? It's only two ways. It don't matter. You know, I ran a long time. One day I stopped. One day you stopped. You never ran. Right. And I like the way, you know, like, we different. If we pretty much look at it, we stop at a certain point. You know, they say, go back and start right there. Not start back over. With him, he like, go back and do your first work. You're like, huh? I got to go back and do your first works over. Do it all over. And that's the thing. And it works, because you can just start back where you stop. You can go play a while and say, I'm pretty far up the road. I'll come back and start. Ain't like I got to go all the way back at the, you know, at the starting point, but you do with him. Because now we got to almost like recreate. You know what I'm saying? Recreate, because we lost something. And I appreciate everything this man do. Got a heart.
That's right.
Woo. Woo, I just appreciate him. And I want other people to see him for what he really is and who he is. Sometimes people will put him in a bad light. You know, without argument, you know, we know he'll destroy you. We know without, you know, argument, he's a killer, he's a wounder, but he's a forgiver. If a person understands the law, he'll forgive you. You're going to still have to weigh what you've done now. You're going to still have to pay for what you've done. And they ain't forgive without consequences. It's just the fact that, you know, even in his chastisement, because when you consider, I'd rather be chastised by you than be killed. Any day of the week, chastise me, don't kill me. Don't cut me off. You know what I'm saying? In your indignation, in your anger, don't cut me off. You know what I'm saying? So he's giving us a space, but you can't take this mankind for something that he'll just keep giving it. You know, when you come into the knowledge of, you got to understand, you got to accept and consider. I make a choice, it could be a deadly choice for me. I make a choice, it could be everything over with for me. He can, and the thing is, he can let you go and you prosper. He can let you go and say, get a call and say, man, you just got a $5 million check. And he said, I want you to get in and cash it. I'm going to take everything from you. I'm going to let you go and I'm going to let you bill. And when you get through and you bill and you think you're going to sit down and you be satisfied, I'm going to tear everything you got down. And that's the thing, you don't want to, that's why you don't want to play with him, because you don't know how he going to reward you back. You don't know when he going to reward you back. You don't know if he said, you know, I'll let you go and I'll market it, though it never happened with you. So I appreciate that fact. He gives you that mindset to consider. I just don't want to make no more mistakes. Yeah. I just don't want to do nothing to anger a man like that, because I don't know when. I don't know when you coming back. I don't know when you're going to cut me off and say, I let you ran in vain. But the fact that he gives us an intelligence and an understanding to sit down to consider, I'm grateful. Because a lot of things I never consider, and a lot of times you don't until he gives it to you. You don't realize what you don't know till he let you know something. There's stuff you say, that just makes so much sense. You don't believe it. He said, it's always made sense. Yeah. But because of what, when I say you mean, because of where you was and what you're trying to do, it's hard to see him. Because you're trying to still do what you do and still work within a confine to feel like you're still working toward him. You're like, you weren't working toward me. You were working against yourself. And I appreciate, you know, him, giving the mind and humility to be able to say, I can move from that. I can move. A lot of stuff I hated, folks. I just, man, I ain't got that fight no more. Man, this him. I can't afford to mess around and we don't make it in.
That's right.
We don't. Y'all count on me.
Yes.
I ain't gonna let you down. Much he get, I ain't gonna let you. Ain't nothing that nobody got him more important to make sure. Man, we gotta get this thing right. I made a lot of bad decisions in my life. I don't know how to even be, what you call Qatar, but because you've done so much, you stay so long, you play so long, you make you suffer. That's why I try to tell you, especially like young people try to get them to realize, I know y'all look at call out, and I do because I care about y'all. Then you got some big ears. But I harm y'all kids.
Yes.
You probably heard it before I said it. But, that's the thing. Did I tell you something you didn't already know? You know the name. No. You heard it before then. Oh, man, no, that's a whole nother subject. We had 3 seats. 2 of them, one of them, these 2 got it. Prince, who want Prince's seat? We're gonna. There's a lot of folks fighting that say, Prince, I want to get it to you, but you messed up with the sons. Hold on, let's do that. Let's be fair. How can we do that? Be fair. We need 2 winners. Let's add 2 anonymous people. Then I'm just gonna pick 2 people. I don't know why. Bryson Austin. Should I let her have her seat or get her seat away? See, why? All we needed one more. He said, one said you never had it. What you say?
Behind so wide, she got 1-1.
That's a fight right there if I heard it. But I like it though. I like that angle. Well, no, we sure got to work to make sure though, y'all. I know we laugh, we have fun, and life shouldn't be so hard up on you. You shouldn't have to live so balled up and so angry, and so you shouldn't have to. And I'm learning more, and I'm really trying to get more into the segments of what your will is. What your will is. Because a lot of times you can fight against some things and some things can work out for you, but had we let it work the way he wanted it to work, it really would have worked out better. See, we look at things, like, say, if I'm looking to get this one particular job will really put me in a really good place. This is hypothetical, but if I had it, but just say this would really change things for me and open some doors. But what if it did and it opened up some doors to where I couldn't make it in? Sometimes I just use that illustration for all of us. Sometimes things we want, it could be just anything we might want. Maybe a relationship. You just never know. Versus what is your will for me? Because why think about it. I pray and I ask for things, Palau. Is it something that he don't know I need before I ask? Because he said, yeah, I already know you have need of it. Think about it. And this is me thinking now. So when I'm asking, typically, and I try not to ask for nothing. I really do. I try not to ask for nothing anyway. I don't pray over businesses or nothing. I don't worry about that. Let that do what it do. Because I had to stay more focused on, I know this is more important, what we do and what we're trying to achieve. But just say if I got something that I'm looking for and I become desirous and I'm applying for him to open that for me, give it to me, then I find out that really wasn't the best thing for me. But that's what you wanted. And it could be something that pulled me away. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times we might say, this will really benefit, this will help everybody. And we might say just because it'll help us, sometimes it won't be the best thing for you. When I say you, mean individual. See, he had to look at the fold. See, what I appreciate about Yahuah, he wouldn't do just, Cam, you said, just say it's something to work out for all of us, but it'll really impact to hurt him. He'll look at that. He won't look at, well, how we do. Well, be honest, that's on Cam. If everybody else can benefit. That's how we pretty much, what we said, we do is voting him, what we going to go with? Well, if all of us will be good, but except him. That's something he had to weigh. Because what we want and what we desire, he wanted for Cam too. If his will that all of us be saved, why would he want it for Cam? So sometimes he could make a decision on that wouldn't be best because of what it could do for somebody else. It could put somebody else out. See, we ask him, I always for all of us that we'll be saved. So sometimes when we make decisions on other things, it could be a business decision, whatever it might be, he's like, that can impact it. Well, you ask me, and I'm working for y'all to be, but if you get that, somebody ain't gonna be saved. And we can't see that picture. All we see the picture of right now.
Yeah.
Right now. But he's looking at, I can do that. But this one, it ain't gonna work out for you the way you're thinking. A lot of times we've sought after things and we've done things, but we really haven't weighed the matter of, is that gonna really be the best thing? And that's some things that take maturing to do. When you start seeing things, you get things, you start looking at, if I had that to do over, I would have done it differently. But you need that. So they kind of teach you when you look and you ask for things, you be real careful what you ask for, because he can give it to you. Remember, they pulled out one time for me. And y'all know what who don't know what he did? Everybody knows. Nobody, only one person didn't know what he did. He reined it in until they were full. Said till it started coming out their nose, till they started vomiting it. Because he was sick. Yeah, listen, they didn't want it no more. It disgusted them. And he said while it was in their mouth, he said he got hot with them. Because they had been eating lacam so long. And they just like, man, we need some meat. Man, I need some meat. He was good with them when they ate the lacam. But when they got the meat, he got angry with them. He got to the fifth power pissed with them. Because then it got to a point they ate till they was sick and they looked like, we hate it. We sick of it. But at the time, they wanted something they didn't have. And later, look, when I gave it to you, it put you in a really bad position for me. So what you asked for when I gave it to you, was that the best thing for you? But I gave it to you so you'll see everything you want ain't good for. It's like a kid. As you're gonna go to sleep, he asks you for 2 banana splits and a honey bun. What's wrong with banana split? What's wrong with a honey bun? But he's gonna go to bed. What y'all thinking? Now he gonna hate him because he want that 2 banana split and honey bun. It's not good for you. That thing had you up all night. That thing had you sick all over the place. See, that's what he look at. With us being children, Benin, a lot of time we want things, you want them for the wrong reason, for different. Yes, it's good. It can be good for you, but it can also come back, it can hurt you. And that's what I'm working on, and I appreciate him giving me to just consider. Just consider, if I don't give you something quick, always taking it, he gonna damn me. Since how some of like kids do, how we do, you don't let you go somewhere. You don't never let me go nowhere. You hate me. How we get down? You ain't never been nowhere in your life. Come on, how many of y'all have done that before? And when you pull it, was that the truth? It was called that situation. Let's block out everything we ever got. Let's block out every time we did get a yeah. Because I ain't get this, I got this fat. No, you ain't never like me. You like somebody else, you like one of the brothers or sister better. You hate me. I just want to die now. I don't never get nothing I asked for. So you telling me now, this one time, you never got nothing? I know I did that too. And we'll try to pull that stuff with him. He already know. And we turned the air back on. That heat on. Did we cut the heat on? I know I said cut it down some, but the AC, we cut the heat on. There ain't no AC. Where is it blowing back down? Where is it blowing at? Down the street? Well. Man, y'all, what we're gonna do, we're gonna get some cardboard and focus them toward this way right here, so I can feel them or something. That's what I'm. Make sure you get a check. It's like since I got 2 white members, it's like it's been a lot of problems lately. Let me ask the member, who is the best white member? Y'all too turned. Y'all too close. Y'all can't see. I'm just going to call names. All right, if I'm going to call and see. Chris, you peeking. How many of y'all say Chris the better white member? All right. How many of y'all say Justin the best white member? You know what I'm saying? How you that What you did, Justin? For you and Chris, put one for Chris too. Yeah. Looking for all, well, you see the most chicks, he's somewhere now. I don't even think hitting now, it's some more of them. He at the top. All them across the top from you. That's what I said. Has he helped the white race? I know it. Has he helped the white race or hurt the white race?
Oh, that's tight.
Very tight.
We don't express business in public.
He said, yeah, he said, that's true. He said, they don't usually put their business in public. They ain't like us. They don't go make no YouTube money. They do it in private. They'll have a white man to they have one of them sit down and have one of them brunches. They either have a shootout. White folks sit down and have a brunch. They'll have a summit. Yeah. So, we're saying I do want us to get better in every aspect. This salvation thing is so important to us, above everything. And I want all us to really make sure we focal in on making sure that's our desire above anything else. Whatever ain't right, he gonna write it. That's his whole purpose when he come in here. It's a stuff we ain't gonna get right with people. You don't even worry about it. That's why I said much as you can in you. It ain't in you. Don't waste your time with them. I done did all I can do with you. I'm not moving no further on that. But make no mistake, when he get back here, he gonna right every wrong.
That's true.
He said every crook path, he gonna be made straight.
Yes, sir.
Man, every hill, listen, every hill. He said, I'm gonna bring it down. Yes, y'all hear me? Every valley, he's gonna exalt it.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna put everything on one even playing field. Yes. Make no mistake. All these dips and all, he's gonna exalt that.
Yes, sir.
Everything high, I'm bringing it down.
That's right.
Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
The man ain't gonna have but one way at the end of the day.
Right.
It ain't our end to try to make people to do or try to force people into whatever it is you do or what we do, we believe. That's somebody else's fight. I ain't got that fight. My end is make sure I get it right.
That's right.
Make sure we get it right. I ain't trying to run all over the land and make nobody do nothing. Do what you want to do at the end of the day. This is what I'm comfortable. I'm good with the word and what he's mandated for us to do. For me, I'm good with it. Somebody in a different place. When I was in a different place, I was able to do what I wanted. Nobody came out there and snatched no beer and knocked no cigarettes out of my hand. That's my choice. And when I got ready, when he saw time and he allowed things to fall, guess what? I came on in.
Yeah.
It'd be the same for some other. Now, there'll be some that would choose to keep playing. That's where you at. End of the day, you can't get mad with nobody. Listen, that's where you at. This is life. Yeah. That's the good thing about it. If you want to be homosexual, there are people that have converted from homosexuality because eventually you get tired of things and you realize it's not working. And until that hits, you can't make nobody do nothing. They're like a rehab. How many rehab centers y'all see out there on the street grabbing people up trying to make them get an alcoholic? They don't bother them people. You come see them. And they'll tell you sat down there and say, introduce, what's your name? My name is Ken. Well, I came because Leon and Janae them here. I ain't gonna be able to help you. Because he don't want to admit he got a problem. He's saying he here with somebody that say, look at this ain't for you. Until you witness them and say, my name is Tony Smith, whatever your name is, I have a drinking problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever your problem is, Haywood, just throwing a name out there. I smoke crack, mama. Whoever you are, when you do it, that's where you at. Then you tired, you ready to confess it because you ready to get rid of it so you can move on. Right. And other people got to get that, listen, that same intuition got to hit them, that same move got to hit them. I can't stress this enough. You have to be tired. Nobody, ain't no, my wife said she gonna leave me. I can't even use you. And what I'm gonna do with you? So you good or she'll stay.
Right.
Some people say that. Some people out there come about to lose my job. So if you kept your job, you'd be okay. It really comes down to you being honest with yourself. You can't lie to yourself for so long. Everybody. You can't lie to yourself. Don't worry about, I'm going to get up, people, I'm going to be exposed, and people going to see I'm fake. People going to see, you ain't going to believe it. People fake.
Yeah.
People not real. People pretenders.
Yeah.
People are pretending, I have no fear. I'm scared of nothing. What did they just say? I'm scared of everything.
Yeah.
If a leaf move and ain't even there, I'm gonna start hollering and screaming. And they only told you that because they needed you to feel like they weren't afraid. Okay? Stop believing these people, okay? Just stop it. You're human. You are afraid. You have fears. You have fears of being alone. You have phobias. You have everything that every other person has. People just like to lie to themselves. People just like to lie to themselves. You'd be surprised why people do the things they do. It ain't because they give them all the turn, because they're afraid. So they have to find somewhere they can shelter, they can hide themselves at. They have to do things to try to mask themselves so people don't see. Everybody has fears. Y'all think I have fears? I'm a human being. Why wouldn't I have them? You're a human being. Why wouldn't you have them? That's crazy. Somebody tell me they don't have no fears in that. I don't even want to talk to you because you just told me a flat lie. Why go somebody say, oh man, you shocked. I thought you weren't scared of nothing. No, good way. You tell me ain't nothing ever made you jump, nothing. Come on, stop it. We all got fear. They don't just jump. They jump because they was afraid something was going to happen to them. Everybody is. This is life. It's good when it's good. When it get rough, you got to know how to ride the waves. That's what people crash at. They don't know how to ride the waves with life. You got to accept it on every end. Just like when you accept Yahuah, I kill, I make alive.
Right.
I give you life as good. If I take your mama, now all of a sudden I'm the devil. Ain't nothing but Satan did this. Man said, wow, that's tight. Especially when I told you I kill and I make alive.
That's right.
I wound. Look at him. Satan done came here and broke my leg. Old Slewfoot, he ain't like how I was walking. And you know what, I know we laugh, you know. But how he looking at it when I told you this? How did you go and say Satan did that? He can't do nothing I don't allow.
Yeah.
Instead of me considering, this man let this happen to me to do what? For me to consider. It ain't got to be something wrong, but you know what that might be? Because I'm trying to stop you for some wrong get done. And the first thing I'm doing, look at that, y'all. I'm standing. God got him. Old Satan done came, tried to break my leg. Get me behind me. The man saying, like, where you getting this from? Where y'all read in the book Satan broke somebody's leg? None of this stuff people recite, you never read it. But we so quick to throw it because no one wants to accept him in his full totality. You know what I'm saying? Everything that he said, I'm all this. He said, when I give you the law, a man that does these things, I broke the law. What he said the ways of sin were. So I die, who killed me? I commit sin. Satan. He could have left him in the garden. Because God, she told you who told about it. Who told about the tree? She said the serpent deceived him. Why he didn't let her stay and throw the serpent out? You're elected to make a choice. I give you the information. So y'all think about this. If these people got put out because they're elected to make a choice, and people can look and say she would deceive, they would deceive, but he look at what I told you has to supersede somebody deceiving you. Yeah. You might deceive me and beat me on some money. You might deceive me and beat me out of a car. You might deceive me and manipulate me out of a business, but you ain't gonna deceive me and make me go and commit no sin.
Come on.
You see what I'm saying? That's what he looked at. That's a difference.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought you were honest, and I gave you some. That's different than you came along and made me do. I already know what the rules are. So when I know what the rules are, it's in my hands. Y'all hear what I'm saying? It's in my hands at that point. And people have to make decisions. So I appreciate the fact he gives us this opportunity to sit down to consider our latter end. Why are you on this side? There's a lot of considering, I'm sure, when you hit the grave. I won't know till I get there. I just know why I'm on this side. I want to get it right. That make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. We try to move forward. We're Romans 15:4. All right. I try to be mindful of my time. You who are willing. Come on.
For whatever Nikatab before,
So for whatever was written before,
Nikatab to Lamada,
it was written to teach us.
so that through endurance
Going through.
and through the Nakum of the Ketuvim,
Comfort of the writers.
we might have Tikva.
We might have a core, an attachment. And that's what we're working toward. Let me see. Let me look at something. Let's look at something. Since I was talking, see if that's Bamadbar they call numbers. Well, Mod. Bar. Let's see 22:14. Let's just see what that say. 21. Let's work and Saturday workout. All right. You ought to harm him.
Yes, sir.
You ought to harm him. Man, give you life. Guess what? Somebody didn't get up today. Somebody, and they ain't gonna get up. Somebody gonna lay down tonight and get up, and somebody ain't gonna lay down. Man, make you consider your laying down and your getting up. Now, you'd have called me back when I was a younger man, I wouldn't put a whole lot of listening to what you just said. Because it was a given. You're a young man, you're a kid, young people, these folks don't think, why? When you think about dying when you was a teenager? How many of y'all, when y'all were teenagers, would think about, man, I might lay down and don't wake up in the morning? Two of them right here. That's Jerry, you had just That's tight. Come on, Jerry. That man got a whole album called My Mind's in the Gutter. Come on, man. I ain't gonna, see, y'all, see, I'm telling y'all about all y'all. Y'all fall for anything. Y'all fall for it. The man sat here and told you and then dropped out of ninth grade and completed and got it. And then I was in a foster care and the man ain't said nothing about none of this stuff. Jerry, when all this happened, Jerry?
It never was a need to say it.
To now, and want a need to give you a check to just now. Say any man on him. He done miles in that gutter. but I mean, that stuff you don't think about because you take stuff for granted. Think of how much stuff we took. Even in my early 20s, I wasn't thinking about no, I thought about I could get killed going to some stuff I was going to. Because I was going to do some stuff when we were going to be gun playing. So that kind of stuff had me thinking on, you might not come out of this one. I did some thinking on that, but boy, when that was over, I'm going to think about that. It was over with. We were done. So it's back to what it was. I ain't praying when I lay down. I don't pray when I get up. You just keep going. That's a given. You know, naturally, you're going to get up. Why wouldn't you get up? Only people I looked at wasn't getting up was sick people and dead old people.
Right. Yeah.
And you know what? He make you come back in your mind and think about, you was a fool. We were fools. Y'all know how many teenagers lay down and don't get up?
Yeah.
That's because we don't know them. We assume it wasn't. And every day young people die. They were dying in our time. The news wasn't as prevalent. Let me say this. We weren't paying attention to it. I ain't watching no news now, no 20s. Or, no, what that boring jump? What? Rain, sleet, snow, what it gonna be? I mean, you look out the door for that. I found out it was gonna rain when I went outside, it was wet. That's how I found out. I never looked at no news. I didn't used to look at no news, did y'all?
No.
Especially I had a fresh haircut. It gonna rain on that haircut. I ain't put no hat on it. They had to see that cut. Let that thing drip down. Line tight, pour across. You gotta look at this thing in the rain. Cold freezing. I put a coat on. So you're not putting no hat on that hair now. But if I could have went back and repeated, I'd have put a hat on. Ain't that right?
That's right.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
So those are the things he make you consider how dangerous, how reckless we all have been. And so my young people, I talk to you guys a lot of times because I just want you to consider, just don't make these mistakes. I know I said, I may sound funny. You said, well, preacher made it, you could do it. It's not a guarantee. Everybody that came along with me didn't make it out.
That's right.
Everybody didn't make it out. Please don't get yourself out here and find out that you the person that don't make it out. A lot of them. I talked to an old friend. I know him since probably one of my oldest friends. I know him since I was about 6 years old. And just talking about some people, telling about different ones that's dead, Well, he was always a good guy too. Just telling how many of them, just dead and just gone. He was like, wow. But we still him. We still, I got to come to see you. I'm coming to see you. I was like, okay, because I never tell my friend to come. I was like, no, I really try to talk around, and I'm like, I ain't interested. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to, because this ain't something you want to do. This ain't church.
That's right.
This ain't come shake my hand and put something out. I rather you keep going because I'm where I'm at and what I'm trying to do. This ain't for everybody. It ain't him. This is anybody. It's so critical that we get this thing right. I look at, you can lose so much time hating and fighting with people. Man, stuff absorb you. Before you know it, you lost out. I can't afford to wind up in some coffin grave somewhere. And right, man, you lost out. You killed a lot of time. You killed a lot of time not considering the person you've been. You can change all you want, but don't forget the person you were. Then if you made a change, how many of y'all were terrible people? Y'all ain't gonna believe it. Terrible people. I don't want people who were terrible people. You ain't gonna believe it. If you did that last minute prayer, come on, Pastor. My pastor said that he looked, he said, he waited back, he said, no, yeah, I'll be scratching, I'm gonna scratch my head while you putting that check up there, Pastor. How many that make, Pastor? You gotta find your name again. Them all your checks right now. Well, I know my member be heard, they see my name up there in the check. That thing hurt me when I see my pastor. You know what I'm saying? My pastor. Listen, this is 22:14. Listen.
The Sarim of Moab came and went to Balak and said, Balaam refused to come with us.
Mm-hmm.
Then Balak again, yet Shalak more Sarim and more
He sent more
than the former.
He sent more leaders that were more distinguished than the former, than the ones he sent before. Balaam was a Nabal. There's somebody that Nabas, that Nabuls, that tells about what's going to happen, what they would say almost like a foretell of what's happening. And here it was, they tried to call Balaam because they were trying to get him to curse Yasharal. But Balaam wouldn't come. So what he did, he sent more people that had more prestige than at first. Like sometimes people will come to you on your job. Maybe the regular workers might try to get you to come and do something with them. And you probably ignore them off. But then, you know, one of the head supervisor come down and ask, then you figure out I'm gonna work this out now. I gotta try to go and not look like I'm rebellious and still be able to do it. See, people realize when somebody in leadership comes, that kind of changes how your opinion might be about something. So that's what they did. They sent people with more dignified than the first that they sent. Let's see what happened.
They came to Balaam and said to him, thus says Balak, the being of Zippor,
They're coming from the CEO. Let nothing,
I beg you, hinder you from coming to me.
Mm-hmm. Where they going? One of y'all if y'all supervisor beg you to do something you don't do it, where they going? What your supervisor gonna say? Oh man, that's just you and your stand. That's how you stand. I see Jerry. How you think they going? You already know how all they gonna do is wait to catch you up in the song. Right. They gonna look at you, made me bad. They gonna go bad for you. When we really look at this situation with Balaam did what the average of us do. Because now that man just said, I'm begging you. Your supervisor comes and said, listen, I'm asking you to come. I'm begging you to come. Listen, I'm telling you, you need to be here. We already know how they going, ain't it? We can talk about how Balaam didn't obey and what Balaam do. That's why we go back and read it, because we get caught in similar situations. So all Balaam did, all they did was just came with somebody more dignified to let him know, and I'm coming to you from the boss, the head person of the company. Where you think they're going? I go back and tell them you didn't come. And I came and talk to you myself personally. Right. You see, a lot of us, how many of us this would be an issue? Your boss, your head, the person right up on the owners come to you. How many this wouldn't be an issue for some of y'all? I'm just, y'all so saved. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I ain't used to dealing with soul. I'm used to saved, but soul saved scare me. I tell these folks, they're like, that ain't gonna bother me. I said, these are people that don't have jobs. Because there's no way the person come to you up on the CEO, this not going to be an issue. They said, listen, I'm asking you to come. I'm asking, don't make me tell you. Right. Now, that's but you say, well, I'm going to sue the company. When this check coming next week? Because your rent due the first. Right. You see what I'm saying? All that, I'm going to sue you. When your rent due? Right. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to have to sue. You know what I'm saying? Can't get one of them lawsuits where it'll kick in after I do this later and make up call. I can't afford about no job for no 4.5 years till I get no check and look at how far you behind. Yeah. So there's so many things that come at you. I just want y'all to consider, even though we hadn't looked at it that way, he's in a similar situation with us. Yeah, Yahuah gave him orders. Don't curse these people. Do you know how many orders Yahuah gave you? You obeyed every one of them. Right. Let's just be practical when we look at Balaam. How many of y'all familiar with Balaam? What is Balaam known for that you know, Justin? He loved the wages, that's right, Auryah. That's right, would be not right. He loved wages that went right. What you know about it? What do you know about Balaam? Know about him in the donkey. Yeah, him on the donkey. What? Who else? Dane, what you know about Balaam? He didn't listen. He didn't listen. What you know about Balaam? He tried to hide. They hired him to curse Yahusha. Let's be practical. And be practical. He was an everyday man just like us. Every one of us in him. He heard the word just like we do. And you ain't gonna believe it. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. Every time you commit sin, you Balaam. Explain to me what was the difference of Balaam and us. Well, that'd be practical. We're gonna say, let's do it. I'll tell you the difference there. Elohim told him, well, let's see what Auryah 10:16 say. See, we go at folk, we attack these people sometimes. We don't really look at, oh, I'm not justifying nothing he did. Please don't think that. Please do not. I just want everybody to consider. That's all consider. How than what you ain't and who you ain't like, you're the same people. Every one of us. Ten 16. Listen.
The one who Shama to you,
The one that hear you,
and he is Shama to me.
and that's the same one that hear me. The one that hear you with the intent to do is the same one that hear me. Go ahead.
The one who rejects you,
The one that rejects you,
and he rejects me.
he reject me. So the voice comes from Shamaim. Camp I bar for a second. This voice from Shamaim. Pick up the stick. This from Shamaim. Look at that, obedient. Them say for a second. Hey, Cam. Hey, man, you pick that up for me. Well, nigga, is that right? I ain't your dad. You know, when nigga ain't my dad. Is that, oh, to see that? See, it'd be different. Elohim told him. Y'all see how that works? I appreciate it. See, that shoot you in the foot every time. Where you gonna go and you gonna judge him at now? You gonna judge him because Elohim told him before he done it. Don't curse Yasharal. Their people is Barak. With me, I don't put a benefit on these people. Do not curse them. And all he did is what we do. You hear the word out the wild, you just look at the wild, you ain't heard it, you'll break off, you'll do something different.
Yeah.
You'll find some way to justify it. He went money. Why do you think he was going after money? Because he probably already was rich. What he would say is he was adding to it richer. He did like a nigga struggling. Nigga struggling. Let me break it down the street with nigga struggling, trying to make it. And I know what he said, but let's just be practical. I got bills to pay and responsibilities. The Lord understand. Whatever reason you use to justify when you don't do, it's the same rationale he used. Now, he just happened to make a book that he's recorded in by his stupidity, about his blundering just ill will toward Elohim's or his commandment. Your name ain't in the book. How you gonna justify what you're doing? Because you've been told and you didn't do it. That's all that happened. We can look at it, oh, he was gonna curse Yasharal. Let's see how that was. Now, he was gonna curse Yasharal, so that was gonna cause all the odds I were cause something to happen. Let's say the word. See, that's Yahusha. See that the 7th chapter, 7 and 1. One reason he had me going here, I hard this, because you know why? You got to have yourself where you can be a veil. They call it Joshua, Yahushua. Let's see, 7 and 1. Listen.
But the Bani of Yasharal,
But the Bani of who?
Yasharal,
The children of Yasharal, what happened, son?
committed a trespass in the accursing thing.
they committed a trespass. What Balaam do? What you
The
saying?
Bani of Yasharal committed a trespass in the accursed thing.
What happened?
For Achan, the ben of Carmi, the ben of Zabdi, the ben of Zakrak, from the Matah of Yehuda, took of the accursed thing,
Mm-hmm.
and the anger of Yahuah burned against the Bani of Yasharal.
What happened? Now, this situation is a little different, I got, because this is a situation where a person didn't know. Go ahead, Chris. But let's see how it fits with us. Come on.
Now Yahushua Shalat Anashim from Jericho to Ai,
He
which
sent
is
some
near,
people now. Uh-huh. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
which is near Beth Awin,
Mm-hmm.
on the Kadim side of Bethal,
So
and
it's on the
spoke
front
to
side.
them, saying,
What
"Go
he's
up
saying? Mm-hmm.
and spy out the Arats."
Mm-hmm.
So the Anashim went up and spied out Ai.
Mm-hmm.
They returned to Yahushua and said to him,
Mm-hmm.
"Do not tell all the arm go up, about 2,000 or about 3,000 Anashim go up and smite Ai.
Yes.
Do not make all the armed toil up there, for they are few.
See, most of them didn't know that Allen Iverson was already in him. Come on.
So about 3,000 Anashim from the arm went up there,
Yeah.
but they fled before the Anashim of Ai.
What happened?
The Anashim of Ai smote of them about 36 Anashim,
Mm-hmm.
and pursued them from the gate as far as Shibarim and struck them down on the descent. So the lob of the arm melted and became as Maim.
Yes. Oh, it came like water. They were running. They were weak. Come on.
Then Yahusha tore his clothes and fell to the arats on his pani before the Taba of Yahuah until the evening, both he and the Zakanim of Yasharal, and they put dust on their heads.
Yes.
Yahushua said, Alas, O Adonai, Yahuah, why did you bring this arm over the Yarden only to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites to destroy us?
And what Satan do?
Yahushua said, Alas, O Adonai, Yahuah.
The devil did what now?
Yahuah.
Yahuah.
Why did you ever bring this arm over the Yarden only to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites to
Not
destroy
Satan,
us?
not the devil. He said Yahuah did it. I can't imagine what happened.
And that we had been willing and we had dealt beyond the Yarden.
Yes. We could have dealt up before this. Come on.
Oh, Adonai, what can I say when Yasharal has turned their back before their enemies?
Mm-hmm.
For the Canaanites and all the inhabitants of the Arats shall shama of it, and they shall surround us and cut off our Shem from the Arats.
See, that's what we do now. We're going to start letting them know now, because now it's starting to get a pity party going. Going to tell them what's going to happen now. They're bad. Everybody going to start surrounding. It's going to be an everyday thing now. Folks going to beat us up every day. Supposed to be coming from everywhere now. How you trying to get in? Because we need him to get back in here and try to defend. So we're looking at now some mess, and we're looking at now, the people going to hear about it. They're going to be people everywhere. I ain't going to tell who's going to be jumping on us. I can't name all the folks. Folks going to be traveling. They're going to be jet plane folk coming everywhere fighting us. Go ahead.
And what shall you do for your great Shem?
Uh-oh, now we want to see that. And what they going to do about your name? How they going to look? They're going to be tight. What's your name again? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I know what they go. I don't say it, but some other folk be talking. Folk be talking. That's all. I was like, go ahead.
So Yahuah said to Yahushua,
what did he say?
Get you up. Why is it that you have fallen on your pani?
He want to know why was he down on his face? Come on.
Yasharal has kata.
You said what happened?
Yasharal has kata.
How?
And they have also transgressed my berith, which I amar them.
They broke a covenant you made with them?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
And they have even taken of the all thing and have also stolen and deceived also.
Now see, the reason, the 6th chapter right quick. See what happened to him, they wound up, he's saying like they, some kind of way, but it's a different. This is what how you just saying what it's about omission, commission, where they pay you for some of it or something. I never understood which was what. The omission, where that's the omit, you just don't do it. What do they call it? What's the Christian way they had it? Omission, commission. What is it? Omission who? Omission, commission. One of them by money. One of them they pay you to do it. So that's what they're talking about now. Let's see the 6th chapter right quick of the same book, because they didn't know. This was 6 and 1. Same book. Listen.
Now Jericho was shut up itself and barred because of the Beni of Yasharal.
So they had shut it up because Yasharal, they wanted to come in. What happened?
None went out and none came in.
Y'all see that? None went out and none came in.
Yahuah said to Yahushua,
what happened?
See, I have given Jericho into your hand.
You see what he told him? He said, I done gave it to you. I done put it right here in your hand. Nobody been able to get in, nothing coming out. He said, you see, I done kept this shut up for you. When they shut up to try to defend to keep Yasharal from coming out, they realized Yahuah said, I kept them shut up for you. You can take it. Listen.
With its Malak and the mighty Anashim of valor.
With their ruler, with their emperor, and all they mighty men. Go ahead.
You shall go around the city, all the anashim of war circling the city one time.
Yes.
Thus you shall do it 6 yamin.
6 Yamin. Shalishi. Go ahead.
Shalishi yamin.
No, that's fine. I was saying, go ahead.
Also, 7 Kohanim shall carry 7 teruah or shofar of horns, or the horns of rams,
Go ahead.
before the Taba.
Uh-huh.
Then on a 7 yom, you shall go around the city 7 times,
Yes.
and the Kohanim shall blow with the shofar.
Yes.
It shall be that when they make a long blast with the horns of the rams, and when you shama the sound of the shofar, all the arms shall shout with a great shout,
What happened?
and the wall of the city shall fall down flat,
Said the wall gonna fall flat. Come on.
and the arms shall go up every each straight before him.
Look at that. Go straight in. Go ahead.
So Yahushua, the Ben of Nun, Kara, the Kohanim, and said to them, take up the Taba of the Berith, and let 7 Kohanim carry 7 teruah of the horns of rams before the Taba of Yahuah.
Uh-huh.
Then he said to the arm,
What did
go
it say?
forward and
Go
go
forward.
around the city, and let the armed Anashim go on before the Taba of Yahuah.
Uh-huh.
And it was so that when Yahushua had spoken to the arm, the 7 Kohanim carrying the 7 shofar of the horns of rams before Yahuah went forward and blew with the shofar, and the Taba of the Berith of Yahuah went after them.
Mm-hmm.
The armed Anashim went before the Kohanim and blew the shofar, and the rear guard came after the Taba, while they continued and blew with the shofar.
Mm-hmm.
But Yahuah commanded the arm, saying,
What is saying?
you shall not shout, nor let your call be shama, nor let a debar proceed out of your paw.
Yes.
Until the yom, I tell you, shout.
Until the day I
Then you
tell
shall shout.
No, something I'm just proud. I ain't gonna do it loud. Just I don't want to get that at 7 and I can't do it. That's something we'd have been killed before it got done. Somebody can't shut up that long. They like, I'm just testing it out. Got a little blow. I ain't gonna blow it. I'm just, saying, just blow like right here to myself. Oh, we'd have been killed. Y'all know how we are. We'd have done it. Go ahead.
So he had the Taba of Yahuah taken around the city, circling it one time.
Yes.
Then they came into the camp and lodged in the camp.
Yes.
Now Yahushua rose early in the morning, and the Kohanim took up the Taba of Yahuah.
Mm-hmm.
The 7 Kohanim carrying the 7 shofar or the horns of rams before the Taba of Yahuah went on continually and blew with the shofar, and the armed Anashim went before them, and the rear guard came after the Taba of Yahuah,
Uh-huh.
while they continued and blew with the shofar.
Come on.
Thus they went around the city on the 2nd yom one time and
Yeah.
returned to the camp. They did so for Shalashi Yamin. And it came to pass on the Shabbai Yom, they come early at the ascending of the dawn and marched around the city in the same manner, Shalishi times.
Yeah.
Only on that Yom they marched around the city, Shalishi times.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass on the Shabbai time when the Kohanim blew with the shofar, Yahushua said to the arm,
What did he tell them?
shout,
Shout.
for Yahuwah has given you the city.
Go ahead.
The city shall be all even it, and all that is in it.
Y'all hear what he
belongs
just
to
told them?
Yahuwah.
The city to you is gonna be Allah. It's gonna be a curse. The city gonna be a curse because everything gonna be to Yahuwah. What happened?
Only Rakab, the harlot, and all who are with her in her Beth shall Kai,
That's all I
because
want
she
you to
did
do.
hide the Malaki whom we sent.
The messengers they sent. The deal we made with her was we wouldn't kill her and her family. She hid the spies. He said everything else is a curse. Listen.
And you shall certainly keep yourselves from the all thing,
Keep
Lest-
yourselves from the things that are a curse, lest
you make yourself all
unless you make yourself a curse. What happens, son?
when you take of the all thing and make the camp of Yasharal all and bring trouble on it.
What happened?
But all the silver and gold and articles of bronze and iron, as they are mahgdash to Yahuah, they shall go into the treasury of Yahuah.
Mm-hmm.
So the shouted, and the Kohanim blew with the shofar. And it came to pass, when the shama the sound of the shofar, the shouted with a great shout, and the wall fell down flat. So that the went up into the city, every each straight ahead, and they took the city. They utterly destroyed all that was in the city, from east and unto Ashah, from young and to old,
from man to young, from man to woman, from young to old,
and to the ox and sheep and the chamor with the edge of the sword.
Listen.
Yahusha said to the two unashamed who had spied out the Auryah, go into the Beth of the Nashim of the Ashah, the harlot, and bring the Ashah from there and all that she has, as you have sworn to her.
Shabbat. Go ahead.
So the young Anashim who were spies went in and brought out Rechab and her Abba and her Aim and her Akim and all that she had. They also brought out all her relatives and placed them outside the camp of Yasharal. They burned the city with fire and all that was in it. Only the silver and gold and articles of bronze and iron they put in the treasury of the Beth of Yahuah.
Go ahead.
And Rechab the harlot and the Beth of her Abba and all that she had, Yahusha was spared, and she has Kai in the midst of Yasharal to this yom. For she hid the Malakim, whom Yahusha was sent to spy out Jericho. Then Yahushua made them take an oath at that time, saying, all before Yahuah is the Ish who rise up and builds this city Jericho. He shall lay the foundation thereof in his firstborn, and in his youngest being he shall set up its gates.
Go ahead.
So Yahuah was with Yahushua, and his fame was in all the Auryahs.
That's good. 71 again. Same book.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
But the Bani of Yasharal.
But the who now?
Bani.
But the children of Yasharal
committed a trespass.
How?
In the thing.
I couldn't imagine what it could have been that they could have done.
For Akan, the being of Carmi.
No, that's fine. The reason why I had him to go back over this. Now, what be the difference between them and Balaam? Because he told him before he did it, not to touch it. Everything in there is a curse. Unless you're going to bring it on you. You're going to bring it on Yasharal. See, the reason why I'm saying that, the man always gets a bad rap. As though he don't know we weak. As though he don't know that we make mistakes. I clearly told you what not to do. They made this man look at though, you didn't, for Christian, you didn't really look at the Old Testament, as they call it. Because it looked like the man just killed people. The folks made a little small, tiny mistake, and all of a sudden, folk got to die. I told you before you went in there that if you take it, you're going to make a curse on yourself, that it's going to be on Yasharal. And no one looks at this. Everybody blames this man. No different than what happened with Balaam. No different. See, we all here, and we all make choices. They heard it. He went over it before they even done it. You hear it, it sound like, why does he keep reading it? And it sounds like strong. Because before he even let him go in, I told you. Surely he does nothing except he tell you. I made sure we walked through this before you done it. There was no reason for you to be shouting on day 3. No reason for you to go putting your foot on the wall and see if you can push it down because you pissed off. It's been 4 days, it should have failed. I told you how long it was going to go. I told you don't say nothing. I told you don't do nothing. I told you when you go in, go forward. I'm going to lay it down and put it in your hands. When you get in here and start looking with your eyes, you start thinking, like folks say now, well, what the Lord need with money? Well, he going to come wear it? He going to wear this gold? He going to drink out the cup? He going to drink out the cup? What do you need with the cup? One cup gonna hurt. How one cup gonna make a difference? Come on, nigga logic. Yep. Don't play.
Yep.
What we do? What we do when we want to do something. Somebody sent that video, that guy, they were interviewing him at the church. I'm paying it tight. He said, I pay $20 a week. That lady said, I've been going over your number. He said, hold on for a minute. Y'all ain't finna gang up on me about no tithes and offering now. He said, we're not doing that. They said, it's going to be 10% what you make. He said, 10%. He said, I don't believe that. I don't believe that no how. He said, I don't believe it. He said, 10%. You tell me people had jobs, they're like, well, I mean, yeah, they had. He said, how they had jobs? People paying people with apples and oranges. Somebody with apples and oranges. Where did you get it? People are stupid. These folks have always had currency.
That's right.
They have always had gold and stuff.
Right.
People say the dump, but I ain't gonna lie. It was really funny though. It was funny. But see, when you don't want to, you start rationalizing your disobedience.
That's right.
On trying to act like he comes down and physically do it. The reason he put these things in play, because he know there needs to be a system in place so things stay operational. And people come up with a dumb lie. How your house run?
Right.
You don't put nothing back to pay your bill, and that's why your stuff off. You don't put nothing. That's why he make them put something back. If you apply the same principle in your living, you'll see where you'll have something.
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense to spend everything you have. But that's a whole nother story. We on the look that it called, even Balaam done got a bad, he done got, no. He paid, when I say that, a bad end, because people will look at what he did as the most intolerable thing, but yet these people brought a curse on Yachazaqal. Balaam only affected himself. Yachazaqal fell that day. You don't look at, when you do stuff, you affect the dog.
That's right.
See, everybody so big talking about Balaam. Balaam dumb, Balaam stupid. Well, how smart are you? Because when the man tell you something, that's what he meant. And you'll be a fool to go against it. And a lot of times we don't look at it at that degree. We all have things we do. We'll go back and finish that 22nd chapter. I'm going to try to get y'all finished. That 22nd chapter book of Bamadbar. I just want everybody to just put your cards on the table. And you ain't got to talk about nobody, just for you. It ain't about nobody else. I ain't doing, listen, I'm doing it for myself, for anybody. Man, I lay in that bed, man, I wake up, I be just thinking on that man. You know what? I get how I do to him for let me think. I said, my mind could be on something else. I've done it for years. And I wasn't even conscious of, I wasn't giving you, I wasn't even thinking about it. You control everything. I go to get up, legs don't move, by the top part all on the ground. What happened? He said, I do that. Somebody else need to walk today. I started to consider that. Man, y'all see car wreck, people die. You said, somebody, he look at, man, I got other people. You ain't the only person I got. Man, that man will shake, crumble the ground and crack it and split it. He got roots running that low. He said, I got to water them too. They done tore up our houses. I didn't tell you to put them down. You went, that tree been here long in your house was. He got more to consider than just us. When we get started, we have see a deer in the neighborhood, we call 50 police. So that deal talking about, nigga, truth be told, the police need to be here trying to get rid of you. I was here for your house was. Y'all put me in a bad spot when you throw this junk up over here. And throwing all kind of snake part. The snake got to come there throwing, this stuff to kill people here. Why you put it on? Y'all niggas killing me. That'll get these animals something kill people. How you look, you see an animal put stuff around how they keep people away. You're like, why would they put that down there? They say, that's the same thing I'm saying. Because y'all know, think about it, we forget. We coexist with some things. We come to play, we feel like we own it and shouldn't be a bug. Niggas spray all in the air trying to kill bugs. They can't have the air. You don't agree on your house. They got roast spray all out in the air, just walking, jump, blowing back in their eye, they blind, all in their mouth. They got nothing foaming at the mouth like a mad dog. You can't do this. They're like, if you stay inside, can I please have the outside? They can't win. Can't nothing win. Man, can't nothing win with us. Can't nothing win. I'm apologize to some geese I throw the rock at. I just ask them, don't eat in my yard. I run, they see me, I tell y'all big on Tupac, it's on every time you see me. Y'all get out this yard. I'm throwing, I just want my get out my, them Nah, he look decent. Man got holes. It's like somebody trying to hide Easter eggs in my yard. I'm sorry, that wasn't decent. Well, like, let me have my yard. You got the water. You cannot eat up all my grass. It looks terrible. It just hurt my heart. But anyway, that's another situation. We'll talk. All they gotta do is give me a birthday. How long you been living? How long I been living? I was here longer than you. But you know, I just want us to consider how we're quick to blame others and look at others being justified in their when he come back to recompense them. But all of a sudden, like, if he came back to recompense me, I would want him to have recom on me. I wouldn't want him to say, oh, I don't want to have no quote unquote mercy. I want mercy when you want it.
Yeah.
Why you won't want that for somebody else?
That's right.
See, it's time to be fair. We all did stuff. We all have done stuff. You might not have done it today. Can you say you had never done it? I mean, but I changed. You ain't gonna believe it. Everybody that turned to Yahuah changed. Why you can't get nobody else a chance? Why is it when you get it, now everybody need to burn? I'm sorry for that mentality. I'm sorry for that thinking. I'm sorry for not being considered, realizing I had to change. I made a change. And people won't forgive me now for stuff I did years ago. I'm not that person. But he gave me a chance to change. Why I can't give it to somebody? Everybody here, consider your ways. Consider your ways. He was patient enough to give you a chance. Why nobody else can't change? Why you the only person? And we already out here. How many of y'all were terrible people? Y'all ain't gonna believe what's out here. I'm gonna tell the truth. Terrible people out there. Man, them people will lie, they'll steal, they'll cheat, they'll commit adultery, they'll commit homosexual acts, they'll drink, they'll smoke. None of y'all never done none of that though.
Oh, yeah.
None of us done that. So we good. Them people out there, worst people you ever seen in your life. I'm talking about gangs, shoe stabbing. Yeah, listen, some of them bastards done been to jail. You definitely don't want to get caught with none of these people. Y'all hear me? Them folks need to burn today. They ain't got no business living. How that sound? How that sound? We the same people. Man, just pricked our heart. Let me child molest. You ain't gonna believe it. Y'all know everybody ain't just y'all. Some people used to be those people. He convert all these people. You know why he convert people? Because some people feel like they can't change. He got to have somebody that broke away from to be an example. Nobody ever look at it, consider. Everybody did something. Everybody. And now he gives an opportunity for us to get right. Now, everybody got to die? Everybody got to burn? I'm sorry. I ain't justifying no behavior now. Let's get that clear. Don't try it. Don't pull it. I'm just saying, the man done been recalmed us. He done spared our life to give us opportunity to make a change. And a lot of people, you know what happened? And I learned, I ain't believe it. Information change a man. All that, if you give the information to a person correctly, a person can properly assess it and make the change. Versus how we've been doing things. Let's just be fair. What you want for you, want it for somebody else. That's all I ask. If you want to burn and go on and die, it'll make sense for you to want everybody else to do it. But if you want to live, you want the man to have recom and mercy on you, you should want it for somebody else. That's right. If you're looking at Balaam's story, see what we got in. Let's see what we got in common. So we read there, for I shall indeed honor you richly. So you're gonna give him money, and I shall do whatever you say to me. Please come then, curse the people for me. Come on.
Balaam answered and said to the Abadim of Balak, if Balak would give to me his best full of silver and gold, I would not be able to pass over the Amar of Yahuah by all to do anything small or great.
See that? Come on.
Now, please, you also stay here tonight, and I shall know what more Yahuah shall speak to me.
See that? Now, that wasn't no good speech. I done preached that verse before years ago. Balaam give me how full of silver and gold, I couldn't go beyond the bar Yahuah to go less or do more. Then he just said, stay right here. Now he think I don't want, sometimes you can talk too fast. We don't really call. We don't know what the will of the Lord is. That's a good. Think about this. He did what we do. You get up and quote something and still commit sin. Let me practical. So it's just saying it enough. That's what we trying to transform. I try to tell myself that you're a liar. You know not to believe you. Come on. This man just told himself and said, which is the truth of the word, but he didn't actually mean it to effect because he's going to go right against it. That's why we want to do that. The book, so say
and do.
Now he just told the man, like, I'm going to spend the night right here. Let me just go check on. He's thinking, man, that stuff get out of here. I'm thinking, rich is one word, but when you put that Lee on the end of it, Rich Lee. Yeah, hold on tonight. Spend the night. I don't want to be. You can be too rough with your mouth. Come on. Let's look at this practical. This is us all day trying to realize what he's doing. For me, how I see it is doing what we do every day on a basis, pretty much. Figuring how to do the will of Yahuah and still get rich or still make it. And sometimes you don't be careful, the line's too tight. That's what he's playing with. That's a good speech. He just said it. That man just said, listen, man, you fill your house up with gold and silver. Man, I can't go beyond that man's word. Hold on, spend the night. Let me just go. I'm just going to check. I'm just check on something. You just said it. So I'm going to leave. I'm definitely not going to fill up no whole house now. He'll throw something big out there. And let's see what happened.
Elohim came to Balaam at Layla and said to him,
What is that?
if the Anashim have come to carry you, come up and go with them.
Who told him to do this? You said Satan told him to do what now?
Elohim came to
See that? Sometimes Satan came to me tonight and told me, stop your mouth. The man just said Elohim came and told me, Layla. Do what? Go ahead.
Elohim came to Balaam at Layla and said to him, if the Anashim have come to carry you, come up and go with them. But only the debar which I speak to you, it shall you do.
Come on.
So Balaam come in the morning and saddled his kamar and went with the Zakanim, with the Sherim of Moab.
Went with the rulers.
But the anger of Elohim was kindled because he went, and the Malachi of Yahuah took his stand in the Darak as an adversary against him. Now he was riding on his kamor, and his two Abadim were with him.
Come on.
When the kamor saw the Malachi of Yahuah standing in the Darak with his drawn sword in his hand, the kamor turned off from the Darak and went into the field. But Balaam struck the kamor and turned her back into the Darak.
Let me ask y'all something. How many of y'all have been driving before and your car went off the road? Anybody have? He probably thinking the same thing. What in the world just happened? This thing just turned, just went off the road out of nowhere. Just struck, just went out the way. Just lost control of it. Basically, he lost control of it. And it took off and just went off in the ditch. And little did you know, he was trying to save your life. I was going to kill you. See, Balaam ain't that far removed from us. Come on.
Then the Malachi of Yahuah stood in a narrow path of the vineyards with a wall on this side and a wall on that side. When the kamor saw the Malachi of Yahuah, she pressed herself to the wall and pressed Balaam's foot against the wall. So he struck her again. Then the Malachi of Yahuah went further and stood in a narrow Malkum where there was no way to turn to the right hand nor to the left.
And what happened?
When the kamor saw the Malachi of Yahuah, she lay down under Balaam. So Balaam's anger was kindled and struck the kamor with his stick.
So mad at that car, man, you just kick a hole in it, bust the windshield out of it. So mad about how that car put you down? Come on.
And Yahuah opened the paw of the kamor, and she said to Balaam, what have I done to you that you have struck me these 3 times?
What happened?
Then Balaam said to the kamor, because you have made a mockery of me, if there had been a sword in my hand, I would have killed you by now.
Come on.
The kamor said to Balaam, am I not your kamor on which you have written all your kaib to this yum?
Yeah.
Have I ever been accustomed to do so to you? And he said, no. Then Yahuah opened the eyes of Balaam,
And what
he
he done?
saw the Malachia of Yahuah standing in the Darak with his drawn sword in his hand,
What happened?
and he bowed and fell on his panee.
Come on.
The Malachia of Yahuah said to him,
What is
why have you struck your Kamor these 3 times?
Yes.
Behold, I have come out as an adversary because your Darak was contrary to
Look
me.
at that. Wow. All that done happened to you because your way been contrary. Ain't been nothing wrong with the car. Ain't been nothing wrong with the other stuff. It been because your way been contrary. Let's see what happened.
But the Kamor saw me and turned aside from me these 3 times. If she had not turned
Maybe you've
aside
been on a
from
smart car and you didn't even know it. But your car just went off the road or went out the way. What happened? Because she saw you and what happened?
if she had not turned aside from me,
And you said that if the car had kept riding, what happened?
I would surely have killed you.
And the
just
car
now.
would have been totaled?
I would have surely killed you just now
And the car been totaled too if you had to kill you.
and let her Kai.
And the car been fine. See, all I'm trying to get us to understand, Yahuah was angry with that man. He could have killed him. The fact he came back and questioned when I already told you what to do, like we do. I know, but I'm just going to pray. Because I'm just saying something about you supposed to seek the Lord for advice. Supposed to ask you, keep asking stuff. You already know downstairs. He went back to do like we do. Let me just go back and check, just see. That's all. That ain't supposed to inquire. People start finding Bible verses, finding verses, try to make it sense. Let him that talk, communicate with him. You talk, you should already know what not to ask.
That's right.
But he gonna go back and check. It made plenty of sense to go see. Go ahead and take the money and curse them. When I told you first, don't. If some people come to you and they're gonna ask you to curse them, don't curse these people. They barak. But now I need to go back and check because some money on the table. I'm trying to see how I can do the will of Yahuah, cover myself, and still get the money. That's what we do. But listen, Balaam was 105% nigga with a 1% margin of error. I'm using the terminology of a human being. We always looking at how we can get over and get by something. Reading the story of Balaam and looking at the day we going here, ain't nobody but us.
That's right.
Everybody. But see, he was disobedient. Yahuah told him something to do. Yahuah told them something to do, and them people went right in there and took it. I told you everything in there is a curse. Why would you take it? Why would you touch it? Why would you even handle it? He told them in the garden not to touch it. Don't eat it. Don't even touch it unless you move. And now they touch it. They touched it and they ate it. And then they tried to hide like we do. See, when we go back and we read all the different situations that happen, don't try to remove yourself from them. Put yourself right there. Don't picture Balaam. Picture you, nigga. I picture me. I know how to do that too. You know how to work here, work around, people work to play. Can't do that. That's what you're learning. This is what this guy did and what we do on an everyday basis. People. Figure how you get around, figure how you can connive and get by and still be working the will of Yahuah. It don't work. That's just it. Ain't no way to do it but one way. But him and his anger with him, he still tried to spam. Let the donkey run out across the commode, run out across the grass. Just run completely off the path. Because he knew what was going to happen. Then let him get him. Listen, when he too blind, so driven, let's say us, when we so driven, so blind, he let the car, the donkey, sit here and let him see it. And now he got injured, but little did he know, son, that little foot injury you got was nothing. I was going to kill you. I was trying to stop you before you go even further than where you already going. See, when our laws get to going and they get set on something, rationality leave. Practicality ain't even an issue no more. We don't even think about what's practical. We don't even think about what's life in it. We just driven on the moment. The moment will kill you. Stop looking at this story of all these dumb people that came through and made a mess for you and I. He's trying to show you we the same, basically, reincarnation.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't but so many faces you can put on people. I know he looked like one of us. How many faces can you have for people? It's what, about 6 billion people? How many different faces can you have? Ugly, just ugly. Pretty, and it's just Isn't that right? That's just being honest. We all, somewhere or another, you favor. We the same people. We the same people, just out, just doing. And you really have to have yourself set on your salvation above everything, above anything. It's good to have things. I ain't gonna lie, it's good to have them, but they'll cost you because you always got to consider they came from somebody else. They couldn't keep it either, and neither you. So they come down to what you'll do for it. You need to have a level set. I can't go beyond to do this to get it. Because everything you get, it came from somebody else. You ever read the story of that time when the money came out the sky? You ain't gonna believe why. He don't have it up down. It all circulated right here between us. So he'll take it from one to give it to another. He'll give it to one that he took from another. Just like your life, your sight, your being, your going out, your coming in. And when you get that in your understanding, you start to look at things a little different. You start learning how to be a better manager of and start considering your ways. Start looking at things you do. You can't do it but so long for that man recompense you. Just like Balaam, that wasn't enough to stop him. You would think, you know how we say, that'd have been me though. I know what I'd have done. I'd have been their best child. No, you wouldn't, you lying nigga. You done got out there and get your foot better, you'll find something else to get into. Later on, he came back and got Yahusha to come sit down and eat of a sacrifice. You know who paid for that? All the leaders of Yahusha. He told them in order for this to turn, he said, I want you to take the leaders of Yahusha, every one of them, and hang them up against the shamash. He said, so my anger turn away. Can you imagine that? He went and took all the leaders and hung them up against the shamash. That was so his anger turned. Now the people sat down and done it. How you think the leader had to be feeling? This wasn't my doing. What I'm going up there for? You're gonna imagine how Yahusha had to feel. That's right. The reproaches of them that reproach thee. That's what he said. He said that's the only way we're gonna turn. We could have took some low-ranking guy around now and put a butler up there. He said, I'm gonna still be hot against you. I need the heads. I need the heads of everyone need Matah, and I need you to hang them up against the Shemaiah. That's so my anger turn away. So you know, you have to ask yourself, what situation we got into that we had to take the head honcho of every Matah and put him up there. That's how bad this situation got. Now we got to get into some understanding, trying to consider. When you read these different stories, these different events and different situations, this is us. This is us. Some of us still feel like, because I'm over here, I'm okay. You're not okay. You got to maintain. You got to maintain. It ain't just getting here, it's maintaining. They're like people go get a house. They want a house look dilapidated. They look at other people. What they do their house? Their house of God. No, they're like, you got to maintain it. They ain't going to keep itself up. And that's what people do. They come here. I ain't trying to do all they trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make it. No. You got to do something more than that. You got to keep maintenance on it too. So that's why we come here. We have to have a maintenance on it. If you don't, you have a maintenance plan going to break down. You got to constantly keep coming in. Things have to constantly be reiterated. There has to be a constant examination of self. There has to be a constant considering what you're trying to do. Where are you trying to go? Is it about a relationship? What is it for you? Is it about getting some money, getting some things? You don't want to be poor. You don't want to be sick. All these are carnal things. You can get sick and get well. You can get broke and still come up and get some money. There's a lot of things happening to you. Don't make that your whole life living. Make your life living on what's the will of Elohim. At the end of the day, because the rest of it, believe it, I'm telling you, the rest of it gonna work. It don't look like it. It gonna work itself out. One way or another. I'm fought a lot of fights. This the fight you want to stay with. You can't beat everybody in the world. You can't hate everybody. You can't fight everybody in the world. You can do it, you're just gonna lose time. At the end of the day, you gotta consider what type of person you are. Are you good with the person you are? Can you look yourself in it? How many of y'all did an eye test? I tried to go look in the mirror just there. One person, two people, three people. Did it kind of throw you? You looked at yourself. Did you really look deep in yourself? You can see what you don't see. It's somebody on the inside of you that people don't see. It's somebody behind your eyes. Gotta be good. People blind. So they ain't nobody because they blind. It's somebody deeper than your walking and what you see, than exercise or bulging or cut, whatever it might be. It's somebody on the inside of you. And that person never really been addressed. There's been no real attention to that person. We always been working at what everybody can see. I had to get my hair cut. Somebody see me, they're going to think I'm homeless. If they can see your inside, they'll know you were homeless. You ain't a place they be habitating in. But we work to fix the outer man so much, we don't have any contentment on the inside. I told y'all, man, listen, I'll go home and I get through the night. I'm going to smoke me some hemp.
Sir.
I'm going to eat me a gummy.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to get on that phone.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't but one person I need to make sure on that phone.
That's right.
And that person hangs up. That jump really go on my nerve. Oh, you know the person tell us. Good night, y'all. That's it. I was like, what? And hang up the phone. They say, hold on for a minute. He hung up the phone for real. Call back. They're like, what you doing? You hung up the phone. Hang up again. You're like, are you serious? You chimp. And I mean, that just made my day. I'm good. I done talked to Yahuah. I done palau for everybody I'm palau for. After that, a fight come with that. When I look at him, all I need is that phone right there in my earpiece. Well, hey, that's going to make the rest of my night right there. I don't need a whole lot. I don't have to go everywhere. I really don't. I'm just, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I'm good with the person who I am with myself. I wasn't always that person. Because when you're a liar, when you connive, you're a cheat, you always know it's something holding you back. And you can't have a real commitment with him. When you can remove and dissolve all that and you can talk to him of sincerity and honesty, that makes a difference. That makes a difference. I've been that person. You can't, like this, man, my face shame even look up. When you consider where you need to be, I need resolve from this man. When something come on, I need him to resolve that for me. And I can't get that from him when I still got something hindering, something blocking me. Y'all got it? You need to be effective if you're gonna do something. A lot of y'all watch it, you're ineffective. Because you won't be honest with yourself. You won't be real with yourself. You still got these hidden things you want to try to do. Man, get your life aligned. Look at you leaving him.
Right.
And you want to spend your time being a sinner?
No.
Somebody got no. The man done told us the outcome. Like that's why he told Yahusha, get off the ground. These people, I told y'all, you don't know why you failed. You know, can I talk to you for a minute? I'm trying to figure out why something going on with me. It's like every time I look around, nigga, we having this conversation for real. We having this conversation for real. You don't know why everything come at you, and you a lie to the grave. Like you doing Scooby-Doo. No, good well, why stuff going on with you? You ain't honest.
Right.
That ain't every case. Sometimes you go through things because it's a situation of trying you so you can grow to the next level. Sometimes you paying for stuff and you just ain't you ain't ready to be honest yet. You ready to keep living illusion, but he try to give you that opportunity. Just like, baby, I tear your stuff up. I take these things. I let this happen to you before I kill you. Everybody get these warnings. None of these people just pop up all of a sudden and just dead one time they didn't know. You got warnings. Right, quick, I'm trying to go. See that Yachazaqal. See that 33-1, I think it is? 3. 14. Make it 3. 14. They call it Ezekiel. I'm trying to get rid of them go. Come on, get ready and get your money up. 3. See that 3:14. Let me see. Yachazaqal. Yachazaqal. The name means Yah strengthens. See it 3 and 14. I'm trying to get ready and let y'all go. We said my young people. I ain't talking about just y'all down there. I'm talking about young people that stayed. Y'all need to talk to some of these other ones in here, the little older y'all. They came up with a lot of them. They seen a lot of folks y'all age, when they were y'all age, watched a lot of them turn and go aside and leave. They stayed though. Isn't that right? Brendan, Austin, Brian, Shaquille, Liana, Adia. They don't want left in their group. They stayed. Everybody want their team. There's a whole big world out there. You can get caught up out there in it. That world will rape you for everything you got. Ain't a lot said about them. They could have took all. They ain't said they ain't made no mistake. One thing about it, they ain't straightforward. Y'all young people, y'all stay. I know some of y'all I'm gonna lose you, because some of them gonna stay around him. Y'all hang on around him. Y'all will see, it's gonna work out for you. You be here when they come on back. and slap them dead in their face. Come back in a wheelchair, loosen that boat up on that wheel. So, oh, look at the little baby wheel fell off his wheelchair. You won't ride no more wheels. Put it up on brakes. What you do when they come and they take your wheels off, put your wheelchair on brakes? That's tight. Do you call AAA? That's tight. All right, listen, it's 3 and 14. Your car's gone. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling y'all, that man been recording. Who else would give up them many opportunities? Who else would grant and then show you a lot? How many of us, that be true, how many of us here were Balaam? We would have tried to work out how we can do his will and try to figure how we can still get it. Come on. So how hard is it? Man, I couldn't imagine that. Man, Yahuah told me something. Talking about when preacher tell you what he said. They're the same thing. How y'all see yourself somebody different?
Right.
That's the part you come to appreciate. That could have been me.
Right.
You think his word is less valid if it come out the mouth of somebody else? That's all contingent on what the Abba them told, both the father told Musha. We'll hear you. Don't let him talk to us. That's why he said, if they hear you, they hearing me. When he told Balaam to speak to them, he said, man, whatever come up in your heart, what you feeling, you tell them what I said. And he'll let him fall before them so they'll see he ain't the man to play with. Think about it. You've been fighting against Yahuah. You've been fighting against his arm. And the man you hired to try to take him down don't come back to let you take. He took him down because he done made a deal with you and then he taking you down. So others will feel. I appreciate it. Come on, 3:14. Yachazaqal, they call Ezekiel. Listen.
So the Ruach lifted me up and took me away, and I went embittered in the rage of my Ruach.
3, 14, 15, 17. This is the 3rd chapter, right? Yachazaqal?
That's what person is.
What it is?
They can put something different.
Oh, yeah, 3 and 14. Come on.
So the Ruach lifted me up and took me away, and I was embittered in the rage of my Ruach, and the hand of Yahuah was strong on me.
Yeah.
Then I came to the exiles who lived beside the Nahar Kabar at Tel Aviv, and I sat there.
Who's that Tel Aviv? Man. I mean, it's at Tel Aviv. Oh, Tel Aviv. Oh, that's where they got it from over there. Come on.
And
they
I
do it
sat
with the
there,
beat.
Shabbai Yamin, where they were living there, being stunned among them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at the end of Shabbai Yamin that the bar of Yahuah came to me saying, being of Adam, I have appointed you a watchman to the Beth of Yasharal.
What you want me to do?
And you, Shama a Debar, from my paw, warn them from me.
Uh-huh. Come on.
When I say to the Rosha,
Wow.
you shall surely moot,
What happened?
and you do not warn him, nor speak out to warn the Rosha from his Rosha Darak,
Tell him what
that
happened.
he may kai, that Rosha ish shall moot in his iniquity.
What you gonna do?
But his dam I shall require at your hand.
Y'all see that? He put a heavy responsibility. He said that thing was heavy on him. I said tonight, man, I couldn't hardly sleep like he was dealing with me. He said that thing was pressing on him. He said, man, I done set you up to be a watchman. Who know what a watchman supposed to do? What you gonna say, Ian? That's like supposed to do watch. And then right in Kabaku, he said, he made him a watch. They set him upon the tower. He said, I will watch to see what I will answer and what I shall answer when I'm reproved. And he told him, he said, reply, he told him to write the Kazum. Said, make it plain upon the tablets. He said, so he that readeth it, he may run. And he let him know that the Kazum was only for an appointed time. So at the end, they were going to speak. It was not going to kazab. He let them know this thing going to come to pass. He said, make sure when they read it, make sure they can get it. So y'all make sure y'all understand. That's all I'm doing. All I do is just warn the people. He said, you give them a warning from me. Let them know. He said, if they don't do it, he said, they're going to die now in their kataim. But let's see what happened.
And you, because you have warned the Rosha, and he does not turn from
You
his,
said because you grabbed him in the collar and drug him and made him.
because you warned,
Because you went by a house and kept blowing the horn, trying to get him to come out and get in the car to go.
because you have warned the
That's
Rosha.
all you supposed to do, just warn. Just let you know, this is going to be your end now. Go ahead.
and he does not turn from his Rosha or from his Rosha Daram,
Come on.
he shall moot in his
He
iniquity.
gonna die for his in his wrong.
But you have delivered your Nephash.
A lot of people hate me. At the end of the day, they gotta tell you what I took from them, what I lied to them about. I just want to see people change. Why would I want to see you burn? I don't want to burn. Why would I want to see you burn? What am I gonna get out of it? Am I ain't gonna be able to watch you? Well, I'm gonna be the one turning it up and down on you? I don't have no part in that. So ain't no benefit. I'm a businessman. I gotta do stuff that's a benefit. Do something that saved my life by telling you what you need to do. I ain't a good business decision to do it no other way. I'm a businessman. I gotta do what make profit. He said, I can save my life. Listen.
And when the Sadiq Ish turns away from his Sadiq and commits iniquity, and I place an obstacle before him, he shall
Where that could possibly come from? Put an obstacle in front of him. One couldn't have been there like Balaam did it, where his foot got crushed, where the Camor sat down in front of him, and he couldn't go forward. He said, I put an obstacle in front of him. What happened?
Since you have not warned him, he shall moot in his kata, and his Sadiq deeds which he has done shall not be remembered. But his dam I shall require at your hand.
See that? He said, I'm gonna require that man's blood. His dam, his blood is his life. Is I'm gonna require that man's life at your hand because you didn't warn him. See, this is a job. I say it's good on payday now. But you got to tell them, you got to tell people and look them and tell them when you're wrong and tell them what you need to do to get right. That go with the job. But everybody got to get right. Everybody got to consider. Can't keep hypocriting. Everybody got to get right. Y'all hear me? You got to consider for yourself. These things, these trinkets, these opportunities, these times we have, they can be good. They also can be bad. He can turn right around and recompense you with them. He can turn around and everything you got be the worst thing you ever had. He give you that. He made those decisions. So every one of us got a chance tonight. Then later you go to consider why you here and definitely look at making changes.
Yes, sir.
If I was you, I wouldn't sleep on it.
That's right.
I get it right. Why they said, why they call day. You
Yes,
go ahead and
sir.
sleep on it you want to. There's a lot of folks slept on it. You ain't gonna believe it.
Didn't wake up.
Everybody ain't get up. They're right, still sleep.
Yep.
Can't afford to. He said, the day when you hear my voice,
Hard not your law.
you'll be a fool to say, I'm going to think on it. I'm going to start trying to see. I'm going to start looking at it, see what I can do down. No, you got to start making reservations, get that thing right. You don't know when he's going to come back, when he's going to catch you. Y'all got it?
Yes, sir.
That's two. Yeah. So,
Well,
appreciate you.